Hello, dear viewers. Today I'm going to be talking about the SCO Summit that was held in China this week. Let's begin. Hello, dear viewers. I am a global nationalist. I support nationalism in my country, India, in all countries around the globe. Today I'm going to be talking about the SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. This was an organization created in 2001. I have spoken about this organization consisting of China, Russia, and several Central Asian countries in other videos. You can see a link to one of them in here. And this week, from on from August 31st to September 1st, a summit was held in China where the leaders of the SCO countries uh, met and had discussions. This was significant because of various reasons, and one which was that India was uh, facing tariffs from the United States of 50%, and in there was visible warmth between the Indian leader and Chinese and Russian leaders, and which showed to the United States and other Western countries that India has options for diplomatic options. And however, I want to go beyond the optics and look at the agreement signed, the which is what I think that actually affects what governments do and impacts the daily lives of ordinary citizens like you and me. So not what they say or how they show themselves on camera. So that's what I want to focus on today, the agreements that were made between the countries at the SEO Summit. Without further ado, let's get started. Council of Heads of SEO member states and SEO Plus in Tianjin. Tianjin is a city in China in which this summit was held. The SEO consists of the following countries: Belarus, India, Iran, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Russian, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, and China, of course. All the leaders, the heads of state of all countries came for the summit, and the main discussions were about development of multilateral cooperation in the areas of politics, security, trade, investment, energy, industry, sustainable development, new technologies, international and regional agendas. The Chinese chairmanship operated under the motto Advancing the Shanghai Spirit, SCO in Action. And the Chinese chairmanship began in 2024 and continued until 2025. And a decision was taken to grant the Lao People's Democratic Republic the status of SCO dialogue partner and to grant SCO observer status with the Commonwealth of Independent States. SCO dialogue partners are countries that are not members of the SCO, but are those that have official discussions with the SCO. And their uh, con- uh, desires and goals are taken into account by the SCO member countries, and sometimes dialogue partners become full members. After the chairmanship was with China from 2024 to 2025, it will be given from 2025 to 2026 to the Kyrgyz Republic. Tianjin Declaration. Development strategy for 2026 to 2035 was approved. These include long-term priorities and direction for the SEO's growth in the next decade, countering extremist ideology within SEO space. I do agree that extremist ideology that promote hatred and especially criminality and violence uh, amongst different people within the SEO countries must be opposed. However, I hope that this is done through discussions and arguments against such ideologies and not by censorship. And I think that can be done in India and to an extent, as it is a democracy. And however, I do doubt whether China can do that within its country and other states in the SCO because they have less freedom of speech. So I think that they will try to censor extreme ideology. Now, I don't think that is ideal, but it is not up for me to decide how other countries should manage their internal affairs. So I won't lecture them on it. Roadmap for SCO energy cooperation until 2030. SCO granted observer status to the Commonwealth of Independent States (CIS). The Commonwealth of Independent States are a group of countries that were made independent when the Soviet Union collapsed. For institutional strengthening, four new SCO centers were inaugurated. One dealt with security threats, the other focused on transnational organized crime, and the third provided information and cybersecurity, and the fourth is dealing with anti-drug cooperation. It was also decided to create the SCO Development Bank and bank aimed at boosting infrastructure development, economic progress, and social cooperation among member states. Expanded cooperation platforms, new SEO platforms such as energy and sustainable growth, and green industry and climate friendly practices, digital economy and cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, tech innovation, and higher education, vocational and technical education for workforce development. Laos was granted partner status, expanding to the SEO into a 27 nation family. The declaration explicitly condemned the April 2025 Pahalgam terror attack in India, which killed 26 people. And as an Indian, I'm grateful that they condemned it and that they expressed sympathy to the victims' families. And other incidents, such as the Jaffer Express hijacking and Kuzdar school bus bombing in Pakistan, were also condemned. So this shows that SCO is uh, giving importance to both India and Pakistan's concerns about terrorism, which is good. It's good that they're not being biased towards any specific country within them. Some more uh, agreements they made were to create a global governance initiative. It was proposed to promote sovereign equality, multilateralism, and a just global order. Additionally, member states opposed unilateral coercive measures, including economic sanctions that contravene United Nations and World Trade Organization principles. This is a reference to America's economic sanctions on Russia and unilateral coercive measures are the tariffs that America has imposed on different countries, which are viewed unilaterally and coercive. And I think these countries believe that the economic sanctions and the tariffs contravene the United Nations and World Trade Organization principles. And yeah, so we can see that they're opposing them, which I agree with, as I think that the US needs to and other countries have to work according to UN and WTO rules to take economic actions against other countries, and it should not be done unilaterally. Promotion of cultural and social values. It welcomed UNGA resolution against glorification of Nazism, neo-Nazism, racism, and xenophobia. Reaffirmed people-to-people engagement and the importance of mutual respect and collaboration among member states. The summit condemned military actions in Gaza and Iran and emphasized inclusive governance in Afghanistan for lasting peace. And yeah, I my I don't oppose the condemned military actions in Gaza, although I do because Israel is officially fighting a terrorist organization, Hamas. However, I do recognize that there has been a lot of loss of life, and that many experts believe that Israel is committing genocide. And if that is indeed true, I condemn it. I don't think Israel has a right to kill everyone in Gaza and Palestine because of the actions of Hamas. And however, I simply won't make a statement on that, whether it's true or false, until the International Criminal Court or any other UN designated institution actually judges Israel as guilty of genocide. Then I will speak on it. Until then, I won't talk about that topic. And as far as the Israel war on Iran, I feel that that was unnecessary. Of course, I'm that was done apparently because Iran was close to getting a nuclear weapon. Of course, I haven't seen the intelligence, so I don't know. But I think attacking them was just too much of an aggressive act, and that Israel could have uh, made some diplomacy with Iran to get the nuclear program resolved. And but yeah, I'm not fond of their actions in Iran, though I'm more forgiving of their actions in Gaza. And I'm glad that the SCO is coming in support of one of their members, Iran. Here's what my Prime Minister Narendra Modi said when he participated in the summit. The Prime Minister highlighted India's approach to strengthening cooperation under the SCO framework. In this regard, he noted that India seeks greater action under three pillars: security, connectivity, and opportunity. He thanked the member countries for the strong solidarity in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack. He emphasized that there should be no double standards in dealing with terrorism and urged the group to hold countries who perpetrate and support cross border terrorism accountable. This was in direct reference to Pakistan. And while ideally I hope that the SEO would take action or some initiative at least against Pakistan for perpetrating and supporting cross border terrorism, I doubt they will. I don't think that they're going to go against one of their own members. Well, perhaps behind the scenes, they can motivate Pakistan to take action against these terrorist groups. And as far as connectivity, the second pillar, Prime Minister stated that India strongly supported projects such as Chabahar Port and International North-South Transport Corridor. For opportunity, he spoke of the fields of startups, the innovation, youth empowerment, and shared heritage, which must be pursued under the SCO umbrella. I think that this summit went well. I think that most of the agreements and documents signed are necessary and beneficial to the organization. They will promote economic integration and development. They will help focus their traditional uh, goal of security with those four institutions dealing with anti-drug operations and uh, security threats. So yeah, that's those are good. And they're also balancing terrorism concerns of different countries like India and Pakistan without being biased to either member, which shows that the SCO is united. And as far as India's positions, I think Prime Minister Modi's expressed them correctly that we want the SCO to focus on security, connectivity, and opportunity. And I'm confident that the SEO will focus on these. I think that they don't disagree with India on these goals. So yeah, I'm pleased with the agreements that were signed, and They show fundamentally that the SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, is not just a symbolic grouping like some members of the Western media have said, that it is a solid organization that has a roadmap for development and that they're focused on enhancing the uh, s- economies and the security of all the member states. And so it's not a group that should be dismissed. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. If you want to see other videos about the SEO, click here. If you want to see my previous video, click here. If you want to see the sources I use for this video, click the links in the description below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.